Funding for Think Twice is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support of viewers like you.
This is a mission, so use your intuition, peruse the information, use your imagination. Think twice!
Introducing the host of our show, a man who always thinks twice, Monteria Ivy!
Hey! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you so much for joining us here on Think Twice, the show that challenges your information, imagination, and intuition. And, you know, Letterman has Schaefer, but I have Chris, the man with the golden voice. Chris, who will be thinking twice with us tonight.
Thanks, Monteria. Tonight we have Adrian Dancer from Duncanville, Texas, and her teammate from Oceanside, New York, is John Rosenthal. Playing against them is Cheryl Brown from Long Beach, California, and her teammate from New York City, Vicki Eisman.
Well, welcome to everyone. Welcome to Think Twice. And we're going to start off by testing your information. So players, get your hands near the buzzers in front of you. Every question will have two parts. Buzz in when you think you know the correct answer, but only answer half of the question because your partner must answer the other half. Every question will be worth 10 points. Everyone ready? Good luck. What cities are home to the opera houses known as La Scala and the Met? John.
Milan.
Milan, home of La Scala and the Met.
New York City.
New York City is correct. You get the first 10 points of the game. Only two Central American countries have two-word names. One meaning rich coast and the other the savior. Name them. Adrian.
El Salvador.
El Salvador is one, meaning the savior.
Costa Rica.
Which means rich coast. And you now jump out to a 20-0 lead. In 1963, the leader of a national religious organization suspended Malcolm X. Name the leader and the organization. Cheryl.
Nation of Islam.
Nation of Islam was the organization, and the leader, Vicki. Oh, so now John and Adrian, if you know the correct answer, you have a chance to get 10 more points.
Elijah Muhammad.
Which is correct. And now you've increased your lead to 30-0. Almost there. We're going to tip of your tongue, Vicki. Hey, jump in there. Let's go. One stone bestows the gift of gab in Ireland. Another unlocked the mystery of hieroglyphics. Name the stones. Cheryl.
The Blarney Stone.
Blarney Stone with the gift of gab. And the other, Vicki?
The Rosetta Stone.
Yes, and now you're on the board. 30-10. Way to go. Though most believe they destroyed their country's health, the father and son dictators who ruled Haiti until 1986 both bore medical nicknames. Give those nicknames. Adrian.
Papa Doc.
Papa Doc is one, the father, and the other, John?
Baby Doc.
Baby Doc. You now extend your lead to 40-10. Which of the 9 planets in our solar system have only one moon? Adrian.
Earth.
Earth is one. Took a chance. You were right. And John?
Pluto.
Judges? Yes, you got it in time, John. You got it. And you now lead 50-10. The word Ouija, as in Ouija board, is formed from the word yes in 2 languages. Name them. Adrian.
German.
German is one. Do you know the other, John?
French.
French is the other. That's correct. You now widen your lead to 60-10. The Revolutionary War ended when a British general surrendered to an American general at Yorktown. Name the generals. Cheryl.
Cornwallis.
Cornwallis is one. The British general. Do you know the American general?
No,
Vicki?
I knew the British general too.
Don't know? Okay, so John and Adrian, again, a chance for you to get 10 more points. If you know the American general at Yorktown.
Washington.
That is correct. Father of our country, George Washington. You now extend your lead. And of course, Vicki looks over at Cheryl saying, why did you take the easy one? We all have bad hair days, but for mythical Gorgons, snarls were a big problem. Name the Gorgon killed by Perseus and the wriggling creatures on her head. Adrian.
Medusa?
Medusa was the Gorgon's name. And the creatures, John?
Snakes.
Snakes is correct. What do the Information Age acronyms RAM and ROM stand for? Vicki.
Random access memory.
That's correct for Ram. And Ram, Cheryl?
Read-only memory.
There you go. You got it. 80 to 20. An African-American novelist and a French Fauvist painter both created works titled Jazz. Who are they? Cheryl?
Alice Walker.
Incorrect. John and Adrian, one of the two answers I need will get you the 10 points.
Toni Morrison.
Toni Morrison, who was a novelist. And, of course, the painter was Matisse. And just as a FYI, you know, Toni Morrison is the first African-American to win the Nobel Prize for Literature. And we continue on. Holy hometowns! What cities do Batman and Spider-Man call home? John?
Gotham City.
Gotham City for Batman. And Adrian? Time. Where does Spider-Man call home? Cheryl and Vicky. Chance to get 10 points. Take a guess.
Metropolis.
Metropolis is the hometown of Superman. Spider-Man hangs out in New York. Sorry. All right, but the sound of the dying quail means that we have reached the end of round one with Adrian and John leading by a score of 90 to 20 over Cheryl and Vicky. And let's take a moment now to meet our contestants this evening, beginning with Adrian, who is from Duncanville, Texas, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand that you have a unique talent. You have the ability to spot unnotable celebrities at events when you go out. Now, exactly what does that mean?
Well, I'm the person of your, you know, if you have a friend that comes up and say, I saw so-and-so, and you'd be like, who's that?
All right, so you know the unknown.
Yeah.
All right, so don't ever recognize me when you're out, okay? Now, very good to have you here. And next we have John, who's from Oceanside, New York. Now, John, I understand that you write parodies of famous songs and put them on your answering machine.
I'm notorious for this.
Notorious.
Yes,
I understand.
notorious.
See, my mother's favorite singer is Johnny Mathis, and I understand you have a rendition of Misty. Just real quick, because she's
What a
watching right
coincidence.
now.
Amazing. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm not home, but I'm glad to know you called me on the phone.
I like it. I like it. All right. Well, good to have you here, John. All right. And hopefully those talents are going to come in very handy as the evening progresses, because I think I need a new message. Glad to have you here, though. Let's meet your opponents this evening, beginning with Cheryl, who is from Long Beach, California. Now, Cheryl, I know that a lot of people wouldn't guess when they look at you, but you are into the martial arts.
I am.
All right. And what various, I guess, areas of the arts? You know, what are your specialties?
My specialties, well, I've studied Taekwondo. I have a third-degree brown belt in Taekwondo. I've studied Tai Chi. I have not mastered Tai Chi, but I'm studying. Takes a
Wow,
lifetime.
so you really can take care of yourself.
I try.
Well, let me stand right over here.
Oh,
Okay. We're very glad to have you. And Vicky, who is from New York City, my stomping grounds. Now, Vicky, I understand that you once sang in the world's most famous, or at least one of the world's most famous halls, Carnegie Hall, with 250 of your closest friends. Now, how did that happen?
Well, nobody would want to hear me sing by myself.
I would. But why were you there?
It was a concert celebrating Jerusalem, and it was a big thrill, and the acoustics are marvelous.
They are? All right. Well, we're glad to have you here because we think our acoustics are kind of cool, too. And we're glad to have all of you here. Hope you have a great time. And, in fact, we have some wonderful prizes to give away to our winners this evening. You know, Chris, what do we have to give to our winners tonight?
Monteria, our winners will receive a mini audio system from Kenwood with a 7-disc CD changer, dual cassette deck, and FM/AM tuner. And a $500 gift certificate from Borders, where you can choose from over 150,000 book and music titles.
Well, that sounds good to me. And now, players, I want you to get your creative juices flowing because it's time to go into the land of imagination. Follow me.
Clues and the information, so use your imagination. Think twice.
All right. In the imagination round, we're going to challenge your creative ability to create a story on the spot. Now, Cheryl and Vicky, because you're behind, we're going to begin with you. You have before you a list of 9 clues that all relate to a specific subject, which can be either a person, place, or thing. Now, prior to the show, you each had 1 minute to review these clues. And what I want you to do now is to create a story, completely improvised, but using at least 6 of the clues. Now, John and Adrian, your job is to listen out for the hidden words in their story, which are all clues to that subject. Now, as they use the clues, they will be revealed on our video wall, but we're going to turn it towards them so you won't be able to see it, so you have to listen carefully. Now, if you can figure out what their subject really is after they finish, you get 50 points. But if you can't, the 50 points go to them. Now, you'll each have 30 seconds to tell your half of the story, and who's going to go first?
That would be Vicky.
All right, so Vicky, you'll have 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Go.
Well, as you can tell, I'm not really good at public speaking. In fact, I tend to get tongue-tied when I have to do it, and I'm really nervous about doing this tonight. But a couple of weeks ago, I had to make a speech, and it was in a very large auditorium, and it was a very large venue, and there I was up on the platform, and I was wearing my good lace dress, and I was so nervous I was ready to die. Well, I got up there, and I started to speak, and I spoke about the subject for quite a long time, and the audience did applaud. And I was the sole speaker.
Time and switch.
Well, I'm going to flip-flop the story a little bit because I'm not a very good public speaker at all. As a matter of fact, when it comes to public speaking, I just get all nervous and upset, and I feel like a heel when I do that. So, rather than talk about that, what I'm going to do is tell you a story about something amazing that happened to me. My heart still pumps when I think about it, but it's the most amazing thing you ever heard. I was out one night in a field, and a spaceship came down, and...
Time! All right, now in telling their story, they used 7 clues, and 6 is the minimum, so we won't give you any further hints. Take a moment now to confer, and then we'll call for a subject. So what did you hear?
Speech.
Oh, you got to share it with us, John.
Oh,
What'd you hear?
sorry.
Come on.
Speech, auditorium, venue, heel seemed like one. Pump. Yeah, those two might be very connected. Pumps, sneakers, shoes.
All right, time
Pumps,
now to start
heels,
thinking about a subject.
Shoes. I think we'll go with shoes.
Think shoes.
Yes.
All right, so you think shoes. I like the way you said that, too. Auditorium, shoes. All right. So, let's see if shoes are, in fact, the subject. We'll begin by reviewing the clues you heard. You did hear lace, tongue, platform, pumps, sole, heel, and flip-flop. The clues you didn't hear were clog and flats. Now, you know, John, I think when you add that all up, you're going to get, I don't know, automobiles maybe? No, I think you're going to get shoes. You figured it out, and you get the 50 points. It was a good story on your part, but somehow they were able to crack the code and figure out what the subject is. But now you have a chance to get 50 points because they're going to tell a story, and maybe you can figure out what their subject is. And again, same rules apply. You also had a minute to review a list of clues prior to the show. Again, you have to use at least 6 in telling your story. Now, we're going to turn the video wall this way, so you have to listen closely because you won't see the clues as they're revealed. Who's going to go first?
I'm going to go first.
All right, so John, you'll have 30 seconds to tell your half of the story. Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
How fond I am of sometimes sublime rhymes. I love to create rhymes. I mean, as you heard when I demonstrated my answering machine message, this is something that's a creative outlet for me. And the idea is just to be able to just come up with these rhymes immediately. Let me give you an example. Day, gray, fray, day, clay, may. Or here's another one. Spelt, felt, melt, belt, dealt. In the company that I'm in this improvisational company, and I am the greatest rhymer in the entire company. So I have this title of the great rhymer. It's a very...
Time and switch.
If you think that friend of mine right here who's the rhymer is weird, let me tell you about my story from when I had bad Chinese food the other night and started having these hallucinations. And I thought I was in San Francisco during the 1960s. I was hearing this music. I think it was maybe the Grateful Dead, could have been the Beatles, Iron Butterfly, something like that. I had these weird hallucinations. I was holding this flower and this butterfly, and then this bee kept spinning around it, and all these colors. Man.
Time. All right. Now, in telling their story, they used 7 clues as well. And 6, again, is the minimum, so we can't give you any additional hints. Take a moment to confer, and then we'll call for a subject. So tell us, what did you hear?
Colors,
Butterfly.
Oh, tell us all.
colors, butterfly.
May.
Okay. So what do you think? Seasons, spring, could be.
All right, time to start thinking about a subject.
What do you think? Spring.
All right.
Spring.
Spring. All right, you believe spring to be their subject. Let's begin and find out by reviewing the clues you did hear. You heard butterfly, bee, belt, rhymes, clay, I am the greatest, and title. The clues you didn't hear were boxer, heavyweight. So, you still think it's spring?
Well, it would be the spring of his career that they would be talking about.
All right, so, gee, who could they be talking about? It must be Muhammad Ali. All right. Very good job on your part. You hit the subject well, and I love how we went from rhyming to Chinatown in the 60s. Very good on your part, but you did stump them, so you get the 50 points, which means that as we get to the end of our round, you now have increased your lead to 190 to 20. Now, I know that sounds insurmountable, but when you play Think Twice, you're never out of the game because we leave imagination and now head over to our third and final round, intuition. After you.
Use your inhibitions and use your intuition. Yeah.
Right. So now we have tested your information, challenged your imagination. It is now time for the round of intuition. Now in this round, you may not know the correct answer to the question, but you can figure it out if you use your intuition. Now Cheryl and Vicki, because you're behind, we're going to begin with you. Cheryl, I'm going to ask you a question. The question has several answers. Your job is to give me one of the answers you believe will be on my list. Now, John and Adrian, your job is to accept or challenge their answer, which you will do by pressing one of the lights in front of you. Green if you accept, red if you challenge. Now, every answer that makes my list is worth 10 points, but if you give me the number one answer on my list, that is worth 50 points. Now, again, I know 190 to 20 might sound insurmountable if it was basketball, but when you play Think Twice, you can get back in very quickly. All right, so good luck to you. You ready, Cheryl?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. We have a 1994 list from Entertainment Weekly of the 6 most watched films of all time in the U.S., including those watched on home video. The most watched films of all time. I need one from you.
E.T.
E.T. All right, do you accept or challenge that answer? You both decide to accept. Good thing you did, because E.T. is not only on the list, it is at number 1, which is worth 50 points. And just like that, you've cut into the deficit. Very good answer on your part. And we have 5 more answers left on our list. We now go over to John. Your turn.
Batman.
Batman. Okay, do you accept or challenge that answer? They think once, they think twice. Up, the split of opinion here. Well, Cheryl, as the captain of your team, it is up to you to decide, without conferring with your partner, whether or not you will accept or challenge this answer, signified by pressing the light. You decide that you will accept, and in fact, you should have trusted Vicki's instincts, because Batman did not make our list, and John and Adrian, if they had challenged you there, all right, we'll leave it at that. All right, so Vicki, you get a chance to redeem your team, because now we come to you. Again, the most watched films of all time in the U.S.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Do you accept or challenge that answer? You both accept, and in fact, Star Wars did make our list at number 4. So 10 more points for Cheryl and Vicki. Adrian, your turn.
Gone with the Wind?
Gone with the Wind. All right, do you accept or challenge that answer? You both decide to accept, and good thing you did, because Gone with the Wind is on the list at number 2. Your turn, Cheryl.
The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz. Okay, do you accept or challenge? You both decide to accept, and in fact, you could have challenged there, because The Wizard of Oz did not make our list. So no points awarded there. We continue on with John. Again, the most watched films of all time in the U.S. 1 from you. We have 3 to go.
Okay, I'm going to go with Aladdin.
Aladdin. Okay, do you accept or challenge that answer? All right, you decide to accept. And unfortunately, Aladdin did not make our list. So again, no points are awarded. You guys are going to the movies, but not the ones that we have all watched over and over again. All right, so we continue on with Vicki. Again, 3 more are still on our list.
I'll have to say Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, okay? Do you accept or challenge that answer? They think once, think twice, and decide to challenge. Okay. Now, because 3 answers are left unrevealed, the challenge is worth 30 points. If Indiana Jones is on our list, Cheryl and Vicki will get to 30 points and pull a little bit closer. If not, John and Adrian will extend their lead. Let's find out if indeed Indiana Jones made our list. At number 3, 101 Dalmatians. At number 5, Fantasia. And again, the challenge is worth 30 points. And let's find out if Indiana Jones made our list. At number 6, Jaws. So you were right to correct, and you get the 30 points, John and Adrian. You've now extended your lead to 230 to 80, but it's not too late, Cheryl and Vicki, for a comeback. And again, we will begin with you because you are behind. Next question. What countries do Americans who identify themselves as Asians come from? Here is a list of the top 5 according to the 1990 census. Again, the top countries of origin for Americans of Asian descent. And I need one from you, Cheryl.
China.
China, okay? Do you accept or challenge that answer? You both accept, and again, good thing you did because China did make our list at number 1. So once again, Cheryl gets the number 1 answer. And of course, you could have said China or Taiwan, and they both would have been accepted in that case. Now we have 4 more to go on our list, and Adrian, your turn.
Japan?
Japan. Do you accept or challenge that answer? You both accept, and good thing you did. Japan is on the list at number 3. So 10 points for John and Adrian. Again, we're looking for the top countries of origin for Americans of Asian descent. We have 3 more on our list. Your turn, Vicki.
Philippines.
Philippines. Okay, do you accept or challenge that answer? They think a moment, and they decide to accept. And good thing you went with your instincts because the Philippines is on our list at number 2. So 10 more points over there to Cheryl and Vicki. Your turn, John.
Vietnam.
Vietnam. Okay, do you accept or challenge that answer? You both decide to accept, and yes, Vietnam is on our list at number 5. So 10 more points for John and Adrian. Okay, we have 1 answer left on our list, and it is your turn, Cheryl.
It would be, wouldn't it? Cambodia.
Cambodia. Okay, do you accept or challenge that answer? All right, you decide to challenge, and let's see. Now, by the sound of the bell, that means that we are at the end of the round, but we will continue to play out the question. You have challenged her answer of Cambodia. If Cambodia is on the list, you will get 10 points because we'll have only 1 answer left. If not, John and Adrian will get the 10 points. So, as we check our list, at number 4 is India. So you were correct to challenge. You get 10 more points. And as we come to the end of our game, you are also the winners this evening, John and Adrian. Congratulations. All right. Cheryl and Vicki, you put up a good fight, but I'm afraid that they were just a little too hot for you this evening. But I hate to see anyone go away empty-handed, particularly 2 ladies with such beautiful smiles like you. So, Chris, what do we have for Cheryl and Vicki?
Cheryl and Vicki have won a $250 gift certificate from Signals, a catalog for fans of public television, and $500 worth of Microsoft home products, including Encarta, the multimedia encyclopedia.
So congratulations again to our champions tonight, John and Adrian. You played a great game, and it's not over because you are eligible by being the champions tonight for the bonus round. And in the bonus round, it is all up to you because I'm going to ask you a series of questions. And all I need from you are 6 correct answers. And that means getting both parts correct in 60 seconds or less. Now, if you're able to do that, Chris, what else would they take home this evening?
Monteria, Adrian, and John will each receive a $2,500 investment in a Keystone America Mutual Fund offered by Keystone.
Now, who's going to go first?
I am.
All right, so John, you will answer first on every question. However, either one of you can pass at any time. You can pass as many questions as you wish, and you will not be penalized for wrong answers. But do keep in mind, the clock will be ticking, and the clock will not begin until I complete the first question. So you ready? Yes. Good luck. Name 2 Louisa May Alcott books whose titles are Little Something.
Little Women.
Little Men.
That's 1. Name the Russian political terms that mean openness and restructuring.
Perestroika.
Glasnost.
That's 2. Who founded Motown Records and in what city?
Berry Gordy.
Detroit.
That's 3. What U.S. territories are denoted by the postal abbreviations GU and VI?
Guam.
Virgin Islands.
That's 4. Name the 2 objects depicted on a Turkish flag.
Pass.
The Allies declared victory over what countries on VJ Day and VE Day?
Japan.
Germany.
That's 5. And what cities are the Pro Baseball and Pro Football Halls of Fame?
Canton, Ohio.
Pass.
Who founded America's first electric company and in what city?
Edison.
Pass.
On what continents are Patagonia and Catalonia?
Asia.
What 2 instruments in the modern violin family have the lowest pitch?
Cello.
Double bass.
That's correct! We got 6! There you go! All right! Okay, John! Congratulations! All right, so you have won the $2,500 mutual fund. Congratulations. Did you have a good time? Did you have a good time? All right, we're very glad to have you here on our show tonight. And you won the bonus round, but that's all the time we have right now. We're going to keep talking here, but I'm Monteria Ivy, and as always, we remind you, wherever you go in life, think twice. See you again. Congratulations.
Think twice, think twice. Think twice. You know you better think twice. Take a moment to reflect. Use your intellect. Think twice. You know you better think twice. Don't get caught without a second thought. 'Cause patience is a virtue never lies. Think twice. Hear me now.
Funding for Think Twice is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support of viewers like you.
A production of WGBH Boston.
This is PBS.